and launched a full-blown attack on Delhi's Aam Aadmi Party government.
Certification which we have received today by the acts as if it's not a jail, it's a luxury resort, and today.
Congress too echoing the BJP, attacking Arvind Kejriwal, claiming that security at Tihar jail has been compromised.
तो ये जेल नहीं है, ये अरविंद केजरीवाल ने अपने खास जेल मंत्री के लिए वहां पर एक वीवीआईपी व्यवस्था की है ताकि वो जेल का जो अंदर चल रहा है उसको देख रेख कर सके.
ऐसा सारी फैसिलिटीज आपको मिलती हैं.
Arvind Kejriwal's former colleague Kiran Bedi too did not hold back. Taking a jibe at the Delhi government, she demanded Satyendar Jain's resignation as a minister.
वो कैसे एक्शन लेंगे क्योंकि उनका मंत्री खुद जेल में. कौन एक्शन लेगा? हाउ कैन यू हैव अ प्रिजन वायलेटिंग प्रिजन रूल्स?
The Aam Aadmi Party has linked the whole drama to the elections. Aam Aadmi Party believes that BJP is actually scared of them.
कोई डिफेंसिव नहीं है. भारतीय जनता पार्टी घबराई है, चॉइस को कूड़े के ढेर में डालने वाली.
Videos are 13th, October 1st and October 3rd. Now earlier this week, videos of Satyendar Jain doing a body massage from an inmate were also leaked. The AAP party government in Delhi has still not attacked Jain. The big question now is, can AAP defend these Jain tapes? And if yes, how do they plan to do so?
All right, talking point is the BJP Raman political analyst, Shankar Jha is a senior advocate, Yashwardhan Azad, former IPS officer, and Kailash Adhikari, director with Governance Now. Shazia, let me start with you. Although the Aam Aadmi Party has gone on the defensive, they've in fact decided not to send spokespersons on various TV debates. You heard from Manish Sisodia a moment ago campaigning in Gujarat, saying that this is the BJP's schedule, that BJP has been terrified because of Aam Aadmi Party and the upcoming MCD polls. Therefore, he's questioning the timing of these leaks, saying if these videos happen in October, why are they getting released into the public domain in late November, just a week before the MCD polls?
So, says it's rather amusing, and I don't take it for any not seriously at all. This whole saga, first of all, it's so sordid and it's so sleazy. So why did we start talking about Satyendar Jain in the first place? Now, obviously, the Hawala transactions, for everybody to know and talk about. Obviously, he could not furnish details as to where he got that money from, that ill-begotten wealth, that the skyrocketing valuation that was done because Arvind changed the land use of the 200 bighas that Satyendar Jain bought from, which were part of the unauthorized colonies, which has now become regulated. So all that, this is the reason why he's in the jail. The shell companies didn't exist. There was no transaction, and he could not explain why all the money where the money's come from. And there were Hawala dealings. Now that's why Satyendar Jain is in the jail. That's how the story starts. And obviously he could not answer any questions. A charge sheet was framed, and he's very much there. But he remains to be the Tihar jail, Tihar prisons minister. So we all know that jurisdiction is that of Delhi government, of Tihar administration, and he remains. Now, as a minister in the jail, he was seen with bribing, not bribing, incorrect of me, influencing witnesses and meeting the witnesses, which could impact the course of the case, which is why ED offered the CCTV footage of what is now seen the most, absolutely nauseating saga of what is going on within the prison cell, so to speak. Where I can hardly call it a cell. I mean, all of us wish we were there. So not only is some kind of a detox plan going on, and massages of all kinds of therapies are being done, but look at the indignation and outrage that is shown by these people who talk about some need of therapy, about all of this. Just to cover up, so one lie after the other, they keep covering up, and it's just becoming very hilarious. Which is, I think, which is the reason why they're not sending anybody on your channel.
Okay.
Now, as a minister, you don't give up your position. You continue to be in charge of that, and we see all kinds of things happening. over which you have Manish Sisodia and Kejriwal do press conferences and are not able to explain as to why a person accused of POXO crimes and rape as
Is
something
being
terrible
brought
as
in
that.
as the physiotherapist.
He's
Yeah.
being brought in as who's been elevated to
Okay.
the position of a physiotherapist.
Let-
Physiotherapists of the world. No, last minute. I will not speak after
Yeah.
that. Physiotherapists of the world have united. And they have out of the slogan, this is not physiotherapy. Not just that, their lawyer goes to the court and says, poor Satyendar Jain, he's being ill-treated. He's lost 28 kilos. When the new report comes, he's actually gained 8 kilos. So I don't know, the more people lie and they try to cover up, the more, desperate and rather idiotic and,
Okay.
disgusting
So,
it seems.
Sumant Raman, it is very clear that from the footage that Mantri ji is being given some kind of special treatment, whether it is massages, whether it is specialized home cooked food or whatever it is. Now, clearly for a party that says Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal at the drop of a hat says he's a Kattar Imandar gentleman, this Satyendar Jain. Why does he need this differential treatment? And if he's getting that differential treatment, then they should stop calling themselves Aam Aadmi Party. There's nothing Aam Aadmi about this. Any under this kind of treatment?
Zaka, you started by saying Mantri ji is getting special treatment in jail. I can give you a long list of Mantri jis belonging to various political parties who have been to various jails in the country, also getting special treatment. That does not justify what Satyendar Jain is doing or what the videos show. That is not the point.
Okay.
But the point is, you don't need to even be a minister. If you can, there is a Supreme Court case where the Supreme Court has come down very heavily on the Tihar jail authorities, where they've actually said, look, are there separate rules for different types of prisoners? You would recall that Subrato Roy of Sahara was alleged to be having an air-conditioned suite inside the jail.
No, Suman,
So-
the question,
no,
the moot point that's being asked. Suman, give me 10 seconds. No, hang on. No, the moot point that's being asked is, one second. Suman, hear me out. Suman, hear me out. The point is, here you have the prisons minister. The prison minister continues his position. He's not been asked to by the chief minister. He is continues to be prime minister. He is in Delhi's jail. Now you, the people who are there, the attendants, the cops, the jailers, warden, etc. Obviously, they are going to be reverential to this man as long as he continues to be prison minister. He's signing files there. He's making transfers and funds there. I mean, shouldn't at the very least, one second, Suman, at the very least, shouldn't this gentleman asked to step down as minister pending this case?
No, why not to jail? That's simpler, isn't it? Why don't the authorities, the CBI or whoever is the prosecuting agency, file a case, tell the court that he is getting special treatment and we'd like to shift him out. But the purpose of this seems to be to run these videos endlessly and target the Aam Aadmi Party in the run-up to the MCD election and the run-up to the Gujarat election. So the point is, the purpose is served. First of all, the question obviously comes, who is leaking these videos? Where are these videos coming from? And what is
CCTV footage, sir.
No, I know it is CCTV footage, madam. Normally, CCTV footage is not
You said
telecast.
who's making this video? CCTV
No.
CCTV footage is CCTV
No,
footage. You don't have to make.
I
You don't
didn't
have
say
to
who
make a
is
video.
making. I never asked. I never said who is making these videos. I said who is releasing videos to the media. Clearly, there is an agenda for releasing these videos to the media.
Can I tell you?
don't
Can I
remember.
tell you because
I
I just
don't
gave a
remember.
background.
I don't remember his own fellow prisoners made charges. His own co-inmates have made those charges.
No,
They have
look,
made the charges to the
one
media.
second.
Can you
Let's be very clear tonight. One second, Suman. Let's
Do
be
we know
very
the
clear
topic of
tonight.
the debate
I'll ask
or-
Yashwardhan Azad this as well. I think
Some
who
office
leaked
station
the
is-
video, how did it come into the public domain, how the media got the video is secondary. What is in the video is primary. What is in the video is unacceptable. So, one second. No, that does not make it right.
Period.
Just
That
because
does not
every
make it
VIP
right.
gets this kind
Now,
of
don't
treatment,
make
it does not
an
make it
Aam Aadmi
right.
Party
I'm
issue. Don't make
sorry,
it an Aam
Suman,
Aadmi
no,
Party
sorry, once
issue.
again, I'm pulling back
If
from
there
Suman
is a
Raman.
BJP
Yashwardhan Azad, I fail to believe that all of this, the massages, the special food, whatever, looking at files and all of that, is happening without the knowledge or the active connivance of the senior staff of the jail, whether it's the wardens, whether it is the DIG, whether it is DG prisons. Are you telling me that the Minister for Prisons gets this kind of VVIP treatment and the jail staff don't know about it?
Well, it's clear that the entire jail administration is aware of what is the service being rendered to Mr. Satyendar Jain, and it is in full knowledge of the jail administration. The prison administration, unfortunately or fortunately, is with the state government, so all the favored people like Satyendar Jain will get the same treatment. And I agree with Sumant on one point, from Shashikalas to Karnataka to the rapists of Bilkis Bano getting frequent paroles, to Ram Rahim, to Mr. Satyendar Jain in Tihar jail. The story is the same. In the case of Satyendar Jain, it's a mockery of democracy, a mockery of jail administration or institution, that a jail minister is sitting there getting those massages in the name of physiotherapy, and he's not being even kicked out.
He's still minister. He's still minister.
Secondly, Zaka, the most important point which I want to mention here is that you know, in 2018, the High Court order that there should be better medical facilities to the jail inmates, for the simple reason that between 2015 and 2017, there were 3,500 referral visits to outside hospitals. So you can understand why this was the comment made by the High Court. As a result, today you have 92 doctors, 133 medical staff, and a physiotherapy unit comprising of at least 9 to 10 people. So if the minister wants a physiotherapy, he can easily go to the physiotherapy unit over there and get all that.
Yeah.
So obviously this is big. Now the point about leakage is that there are, I think it's a very healthy thing that there's a leakage of the video. People should know what entitled people are doing to the prison administration.
Exactly.
And how it has come out, it means that while the higher formations of the jail administration are very, very complicit in the entire thing, there are people within, and they belong to the same jail administration, there's no police there, of the hierarchy, who are extremely upset, and therefore they have taken it out.
No,
therefore,
so one of the things, and I again want to underline this, I'm not concerned about the timing of this leak. It could have leaked earlier, it could have leaked later. That's a secondary thing. Most important is what is in the video, and what the video shows is blatant, absolutely blatant VVIP treatment to an accused person inside jail, just because he happens to hold that same portfolio of prisons. But let me ask Shashank Shekhar Jha, and then I need to go to Kailash Adhikari as well. Shashank Shekhar Jha, the point is simple. Over the last 6 months, he's been in jail since middle of May, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Jain, through his lawyers, has approached multiple courts, ED court, CBI court, etc., for bail. And courts, in their wisdom, have denied bail, even though the idiom in law is bail is the norm and jail is the exception. If a gentleman can meet witnesses inside jail, get this kind of special treatment inside jail, then surely there must be merit in the courts coming to the conclusion that if he were to be released, he will surely have the ability to tamper with evidence and to influence witnesses. That's why bail is not being given to this gentleman.
Namaste to everyone on the panel. I guess we can have two takes here, one good and one bad. The good one is that no one in the entire Aam Aadmi party is denying that there are special treatments to Satyendar Jain. No one. And the bad part and the worst part is that they are not questioning about the special treatment, but they are questioning the timing of the videos. As in, they wanted that, okay, there is a special treatment, and okay, there are video recordings, but then that should not be released before elections. That is their concern. But the matter of the fact is that they are actually agreeing to the fact that the jail norms are being compromised. Now, in this case, when a different inmate is used to give him massage, or for that point, one different inmate named Suresh has already claimed and has written multiple letters to LG saying that he has paid extortion money to Satyendar Jain, and still the party has not removed him or sacked him from his ministerial post, shows that what kind of conduct a political party which is ruling at least 2 states in this country are showing. Now we need to understand that principle of natural justice says 2 things. 1, you cannot be made judge in your own case, and 2, rules against bias. Now the first thing is, you cannot be a judge in your own case. Aam Aadmi Party has already passed judgment that their minister is not culprit, and they will not sack him. And point number 2, the bias. Now point is, when you have a jail minister have been put inside jail by your own police, obviously you can not expect that jail administration will take strict action against you. Even if you change n number of jail officials, you will definitely keep getting these special privileges, and that is worse.
Okay.
So I completely subscribe to one point that there must be a petition to transfer his jail.
Yeah, politically speaking, this is a huge dent for the Aam Aadmi Party in its image. The image of the Aam Aadmi Party, for whatever it's worth, over the last 7-8 years since India Against Corruption was, ये लोग थोड़ा हटके हैं, ये लोग थोड़ा अलग हैं बाकी पार्टियों से. And yes, that there was a lot of reinforcement of that image that happened. But what's happened over the last 3-4 months with this Satyendar Jain case and then the Liquorgate case, a lot of people are now saying, ये तो बाकी पार्टियों की जैसे ही है. मतलब इस हमाम में तो सब लोग नंगे ही हैं. I mean, it's not like there is this whole business of Kattar Imandar has taken a huge dent over these last 2. So there is an image problem that may be the greater damage to the Aam Aadmi Party than these individual cases of Satyendar Jain or Manish Sisodia or whoever else.
Zaka, Conman Party nowadays I call the Aam Aadmi Party as Conman Party. The Conman Party has opened a new hammam only altogether. इस हमाम में सब नंगे नहीं, उन्होंने एक नया हमाम ही खोल दिया है जिसमें सभी नंगे हैं. So now coming back to the point that when the Aam Aadmi Party, came into the political foray, their main USP, I would like to call it, or the main communication point to the voters or to the people of this nation, and particularly to Delhi where they first fought, was that they will not tolerate corruption. It will be zero corruption. And now, as you rightly said, in the past 3-4 months, Manish Sisodia is being interrogated by the topmost federal agency of this country over a Liquorgate scam. Apart from that, their own jail minister is inside jail, and he is still the minister and continues to be the minister while he's giving preferential treatment. Now, calling a simple chumpy or a head massage as physiotherapy, I believe, is an insult to the entire study of physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is a very integral and essential part of medicine and doctoral studies, and it is only given and advised when there is excruciating pain to the patients. And here we can see that from that particular CCTV video that there is no such. He's just getting a pleasuresome a massage being done. That too by a person who's there inside because of a heinous crime such as rape. Apart from that, the fact that he needs a certain type of foods, he's not been given, and from the video we can see that he's being served the right type of food, which has actually resulted in his weight gain. So all this is in front of the eyes of the public, and the entire facade of anti-corruption कि corruption नहीं चलाएंगे, ये आम आदमी की पार्टी है. आम आदमी कहीं से ये दिख नहीं रहा है, इसके लिए ये अब कॉनमैन की पार्टी बन गई है.
No, and the thing that if you're saying you're Aam Aadmi Party, then are you saying that every under trial, every accused person in jail gets this kind of treatment? No. ये तो खास आदमी का treatment है. Samant Raman, that is the problem. At one level, the party becomes very sanctimonious against corruption. हम कट्टर ईमानदार हैं, this and that. We are different from other parties. We are not like BJP, not like others. This is VIP treatment. He gets this kind of 5-star treatment. He has to be the jail mantri. Simple as that.
Look, Zaka, the point is not whether what Satyendar Jain is doing is what he is entitled to or not. He is not. The point really is that this is common practice in jails across the country. Does that mean that Mr. Satyendar charges that have been placed against him. No, not remain for the during the trial. We will know at the end of it whether the man is guilty
No,
or
no,
not.
no. Nobody is saying he's guilty or not. That will be established in court.
No,
What
no,
he
no,
is guilty.
some
No,
of-
no.
some
I'll tell
of
you what he is
panelists
guilty
were
of.
saying-
As
Yeah.
per these videos, he is guilty of preferential treatment. This is not how under trials in this country are treated. Let's be very
No,
clear about that.
Let us be very clear about this, Zaka. I think the purpose of putting this out selectively of Satyendar Jain and not of various other VVIPs who have been to jail, where almost all of them enjoy similar, if not more privileges. Some of them have had
Suman, you know,
orderlies with
you're
them.
really
Trying
trying hard to defend here.
Targeted.
But
I
fact
know,
is, but
but
fact
the point
is,
is-
if
point is, have
there
you
was
put
even 1% problem with this footage, Aam Aadmi Party would have come all guns blazing saying
No,
this
there
is
is
fake
nothing to
footage,
defend here.
this is BJP
Zaka,
IT
Zaka,
cell
there
doing
is
this,
nothing
that.
to-
The
no,
fact
no.
that none of them are denying, the fact that
one
none of them
minute.
are denying that the
There is
person on the
nothing
picture
to
is
deny here.
Satyendar Jain
Yes.
clearly shows that they are
Zaka,
on the back foot.
Zaka,
Shazia.
there
Can I
is
come
nothing
in,
to
sir?
deny.
Can I
Shazia.
come in,
It is
Zaka?
very clear.
Can you-
The
Shazia,
pictures,
yeah.
the visuals speak for themselves.
Okay,
No,
Suman, I've heard you. Yeah,
it's
Shazia.
so-
Point is, this is a
I've heard you.
It's so
Yeah, Shazia
sad
now.
to see. I mean, it's so sad to see all those who moralized, preached, and were so sanctimonious, having to defend something as indefensible and as sleazy as this. One, I want to say, 2011. I'm being a co-founder of that party, having been a co-founder rather. I feel disgusted to be honest. This was born out of a movement called Anna Hazare movement. There was some octogenarian there who actually asked for a joint session of the parliament so that we can have a new bill to check on corruption. It was aimed at UP corruption at that time. But this part is, instead of apologizing and saying there's something terribly wrong with what's going on, there are some who are jumping to their rescue for I don't know what reason. I mean, what what would be the compulsion behind that? Is he the collector for Aam Aadmi Party? Is he going to reveal something that will be even more damaging than what we see? It's not about optics, you see. It's much more than that. It's the very idea, the foundation stone on which Aam Aadmi Party was founded and formed. And I think, all of us could have gotten jobs in some other party, but many of us left our jobs, our careers, because there was a stirring of consciousness, national consciousness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that collective consciousness asked for a better deal for India.
Yeah.
And I think it's just such a for politics. What is the of a country actually got together after many years. ये आजादी की दूसरी लड़ाई है. I just feel very disappointed. I'm very
Yashwardhan
sad about
Azad,
that.
just give me a moment.
Because
Yashwardhan Azad, the question, Suman's argument is, why are you singling out Satyendar Jain? There are tons of VVIPs, Lalu and Pappu Yadav and others. Also, there have been footages that have come out of how they are treated like royalty inside jail. So, why are you singling out Satyendar Jain? Does that argument hold water according to you?
Well, I must say that the bane of prison administration today is that the state authorities always give that sense of entitlement to the favored ones. So there is merit in that argument, certainly. No political party can moralize over the issue. I am not interested with what values our party came with or it did not come with. The question is, it's a joke of a democracy. It's a sheer mockery of democracy to have a jail minister enjoying facilities in jail. Nowhere in the world it will be allowed. He'll be kicked out. He should be kicked out not only from the jail ministry, but for the ministry itself. But Zaka, the point is, let me stress this point.
Yeah.
That from Shashikala to Rahim to bloody rapists of Bilkis Bano case who get paroles. This is a phenomenon which takes place all over India. All politicians are the scanner. Look at what we are suffering. Look at what the civil society is completely helpless despite raising this issue again and again.
So
and that's why it's
can I ask Shank on the panel? When you're in judicial custody, as Mr. Jain is, you are under custody of the judicial authorities, right? Can the court, after having perused these footages of the massage first and then him getting food, specialized food and all of that, can the court suo motu take cognizance of this matter and say this is a mockery sending somebody to judicial custody? Can the court then order either strictures against Mr. Jain or move him out of Tihar, where clearly he seems to have a great deal of influence?
Yes, so for that point, court has that jurisdiction. In fact, for that point, high courts have inherent power and Supreme Court, so they can also do the same. In fact, here, say police is because it is under central government, so they can also move an application seeking this particular relief that they must transfer the custody of Satyendar Jain from Tihar to some other jail. But the matter of the fact is that point number one, a party which has been come out only through Jan Lokpal Andolan, and now had there been a Jan Lokpal currently in Delhi, there would have been a complaint for this entire corruption issue, because this is a corruption where a jail minister is having all kinds of in Tihar jail while he is behind bars since past months. And point number two, that I find so surprising when someone is claiming that, oh, because he also did so and that is why we are doing this. So that means tomorrow Aam Aadmi Party ministers can claim that, okay, because they also looted this country, we will also loot it. Because
like
they
saying,
murdered someone, we can also murder
in Mumbai.
What kind of
Today
logic
we
you
can
are saying?
justify a murder in Chennai. I mean, that's a flawed argument. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. No, I'll leave it at that. All I want to say is two things. Politically, let's see if this has a big dent on the Aam Aadmi Party ahead of the election. That is our first big test. It's very a week from now. And secondly, if this has a kind of impact on the Aam Aadmi Party in Gujarat. But one thing is very, very clear, that the so-called halo, or at least the attempt to have a halo around the Aam Aadmi Party, they are different, they are and they are different. With not just the Satyendar Jain episode, but also the Liquorgate scandal. All right, let's move on here on Brass Tacks to what's happening in Bengal. There was complete chaos on the streets of Kolkata today. The state government employees protested against the West Bengal government and demanded a hike in their dearness allowance. The BJP says that there is no corruption in the Mamata government. Remember, a few weeks ago, teachers recruits, people who had they massive protests up the streets of Kolkata. Clearly, it seems like the political temperature is rising against the Mamata government. The BJP is pushing that case. The point and the question that's being asked tonight is this a worrying sign for the incumbent TMC government? And in this instance, it was government employees who wanted a hike in their dearness allowance. You remember that just a few days back, the central government had increased dearness allowance for central government employees. Now the state government employees protesting against the Mamata Banerjee government, asking for similar treatment, if you will, asking they be similarly well. Things got out of control when there were clashes protesting. Seen teachers recruits come out in huge numbers and protest as well, because they say there are tens of thousands of vacancies. Many of these people had been recruited and their recruitment letters were put on hold. So that process moving. Let me now cross to our guest Riju Datta, TMC spokesperson, joining us. Shikdar, spokesperson of the West Bengal BJP. Riju Datta, today it was government employees. A few days ago it was teachers recruits. It seems like people are having to hit the streets for their basic rights against the state government. What's going on?
See, it's a people are crashed by the police. Now, case here. But there are some technical
But
things.
police are thrashing
regarding-
here also. Police are thrashing very much.
No. If I delve, Zaka, you are one of the most established journalists of this country. If I go, people were gunned down by the police. Now police is just picking them up and putting them in the cars. You will not see a single stick also in front of the media.
Okay.
So police is doing everything. But you have to understand that today's particular rally is against the dearness allowance rally. Now, a certain portion of the government employees, which are influenced by political parties, especially CPM, they have hit the street. They have gone to the SAT, the Special Administrative Tribunal. They have won the case, but the state government has gone to the highest authority, which is the Supreme Court. In Supreme Court, the matter is sub judice, and it is going to the constitutional bench to determine whether
Just a few weeks back, I'll go to short, but just a few weeks back, the central government had.
Please?
No, I thought you did. So let me go across to Saurav Shikar. A few weeks ago, the central government had hiked dearness allowance. So I would have imagined that state governments will do the same. But as it may, these are one of the government, and that's why it turned out to be the scenes that we saw in Kolkata.
First of all, I would like to say, even after the long-term Trinamool government ruling West Bengal, still they are raising their fingers to their government employees as other political parties worker. That means doesn't have his own government employees on in the government. Once High Court said in West Bengal these are rules are going on. Just as a TMC can and instruction no police follows.
No, Mr. Shikdar, when CPM was ruling, you saw far worse scenes by the police. If you take a comparison exactly to the first protest that happened in Haryana and the outside. So, the political masters.
No, a very good student of CPM school. So whatever the bad things they did in 34 years, the manager just copy that. Here, handle a peaceful agitation.
Okay.
So this is
one second. I have a question. I want to also bring in what has been happening around the PT scam and the teachers recruitment, the whole there. Please tell me, there are at least 30,000 teacher vacancies in the state of Bengal as of today. Why is it so difficult to fill? At a time when TMC and other opposition parties are saying there's a job crisis, why don't you fill these government teacher vacancies?
Brilliant. Now, before I could not remind your viewers saying about police government servants, if they are so agitated, they also would have protested. So first, this is your live expose. Second, dearness allowance is not a fundamental right. So let the highest authority, the Supreme Court, decide on that. It's a sub judice matter. So in a sub judice matter, if you rally and if you try to create ruckus, the government will take steps against it. The third question, Zaka, what you are saying, 30,000 vacancies are there. Already advertisement for 11,000.
Done with already, many of them got letters appointment. It was put on hold. Why? Right? You've given some job and they're saying, oh, by the way, I'm taking the letter.
Because from check the CPIM is and has submitted one the other. Recruitment can be done based on emotion. follow 2016 recruitment rule. And if in a particular recruitment, the matter is sub judice.
Sir, not get can
But after that recruitment process has started and 11,000
okay.
are getting recruited
Saurabh
already.
Shikta, 11,000 teachers advertisements have already been put out. Only the written test is left. It is just a matter of time. You are just playing politics around both PET and the DA for government employees.
Scam happened regarding primary and secondary teacher recruitment. That your channel and all media has exposed Trinamool Congress corruption very briefly. My question is, see, they recruit added recruited the path. Then they lost the cadre also. That's why they are holding this.
I appreciate that. I challenge on TV. I challenge on so if there are valid claims, they always been recruited past the teams. What nonsensical statements?
Let him respond. Riju, you asked a question. Let him respond.
I have to prove this. CBI is proving that. ED is proving that. Let the result come now. Let the result come.
Then if you are waiting for the CBI ED,
whole of your education ministry, including the officers, is in jail. And you are talking about
my question is, what did Saurabh Sikda say right now? Let CBI and ED prove it. So before CBI the leader of opposition in Bengal, his mental state is compromised. We have set him get well soon cards. December is the month where big channel. Good for them. We are doing working for the people of Bengal, and that is why for the third time we have been elected.
Okay.
Simple.
We'll see how this story plays out. For the moment, thank you very much, Riju Datta, Saurabh Shikdar. But like I said, at a time when the jobs crisis is the issue that the opposition is trying to pin the central government down on, it is ironic that there are 3,000 teachers posts in Bengal. We'll take a break on that note. The alleged will be taking the polygraph test tomorrow. He was currently running a cancel day. He revealed what information can the police use with evidence and with evidentiary value in a court of law. That's coming up right on the other side.
खाना
us right now. Harish from the BJP, we just played out reaction, and he said the video is not of just one day. How he was eating food every single day?
Absolutely no, we don't. Soya, and as far as this video is concerned, so there are claims this video is inside Tihar jail, and it must be the time when you saying that actually something very routine, and in fact, not every prisoner gets these treatments. Also, talking about the politics over this particular issue, so we have seen a number of tweets by the BJP leaders where there are claims that on one hand, Aam Aadmi Party maintains that they are a party of Aam Aadmi and they don't have to do anything with the and also the money laundering. First, get water, AC and all other things. And now this video where there are claims that he's enjoying the special food from five-star hotel, and not only just food but also getting fruits and dry fruits and all other things.
Pallavi, I want to understand from you. We saw the Aadmi sort of address these claims yesterday. Gopal Rai came out and said that the BJP is just trying to create drama. Not seen him specifically reply to the claim. Why are they just days before the election adopting this approach?
The here is clear that they want to brace out. They call it a clear political witch hunt from the BJP and misuse of the institutions. If you remember the arguments which were given by Counsel in court yesterday, he asked this question: why should the ED not be served a notice, which they were, why they are leaking this video inside the jail? The only reason is that BJP wants to use to make a political point against the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, both Mr. Manish Sisodia, most of the AAP leaders, and certainly the lead taken by the Delhi Chief Minister, Mr. K. Because they want to make score. There was no answer on that. Shouldn't Satyendar Jain's nation now be as a matter? He continue to treatment a serious, for example, that massage, saying that it was therapy session. Also, have been put up BJP since early morning. They should him by Satyendar Jain's counsel that he was not served food. It is because he should be given bail because he's not getting food and has been consistently losing weight. All goals are the video we have put out since morning.
Shahrukh, thank you for joining us here on the show. Over the last few weeks, we've heard from multiple BJP spokespeople, all who have said the videos we can see are proof that Satyendar Jain did receive special treatment. Now, the other thing here is that we haven't had a statement from the Aam Aadmi Party addressing these videos or the videos that came forward yesterday. But the one question that is being raised is why is the BJP using videos where we don't even know the source? We don't know who's put these videos out into the public domain in the first place. To that, what does the BJP have to say?
See, the fact of the matter is, whatever the source is, and I'm sure you'll get to that, whatever the source is, what these videos are showing us is critical. They are showing us a corrupt minister of Aam Aadmi Party who is behind bars since 5 months, who is not getting bail, who is enjoying every material comfort you can think of, whether it is fancy food, whether it is a massage, whether, he's being able to run his scams and deals from behind bars. Now, these are the things that we need to pay attention to, because here is a political party which came to power talking about India against corruption. Here is a political party which calls itself Kattar Imandar. And how do they show this? They are not walking the talk. They have proved themselves to be not just corrupt, but horrible liars. Because I can't forget that video footage of CM Kejriwal ji talking about Mr. Jain needing a physiotherapist. Who are you trying to fool? Not that I believed it then, but then there were clarifications out that is Rinku the prisoner, who's actually a rapist, not a physiotherapist. He's putting on weight in jail, 8 kilos in jail. How is that if you're being pampered day and night? See, for us, this is not beginning, offering a resignation, and then we talk more about him because it's terrible.
Delhi, remember, is set to see the MCD elections in just a few days from
There was high drama in Kanpur after a lawyer assaulted a traffic busy. It started with a soon in a scuffle, the lawyer attacking the constable who fell on the road. The lawyer by the collar and continued to hit him. Several cars, two-wheelers stopped. This drama arrest of accused Aftab was not conducted today while probe. According to the cops, Aftab had a mild fever and was decided to cancel his polygraph test as he was not medically fit. Meanwhile, the hunt for Shraddha's body parts is still on. Police have recovered 35 pieces of body parts so far. A massive fire broke out in Assam's Lahore. The entire set in the air was is yet to be. A businessman in Gwalior was robbed of 35 lakh rupees. An audacious crime was caught.
While he was turning, he was accosted by 3 bike-on masked miscreants. They first fired a round of bullets in the air, then snatched the man's bag from his hand and fled from the spot.
35 लाख रुपए बैंक से निकलवाए थे। यहाँ आकर वो पीछे से लोग आए, धक्का दिया बाइक को और बैग छीनने का प्रयास किया और गोली चलाई, 2 फायर किए।
After the man filed a complaint, police went to the scene of the crime and checked CCTV footage nearby.
हमारी पूरी टीमें लग गई हैं। क्राइम ब्रांच को भी ग्वालियर से भेज दिया गया है। हमारा प्रयास है जल्द से जल्द इसको हम खुलासा करें।
While the hunt is still on for the accused, a similar thing took place earlier this week in Gwalior. One was but in money recovered from them.
Sena Uddhav faction leader Aditya Thackeray today met with Bihar Deputy Chief Minister and RJD leader Tejashwi Yadav. Aditya and Tejashwi called it a courtesy meeting. Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra has now entered Madhya Pradesh. The Yatra commenced from Buderli village and will continue to go through 7 districts in the next 11 days. Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra too joined her brother in Madhya Pradesh. Until now, the Yatra has traversed through 6 states. Mumbai's Bicolor Zoo has christened 3 Humboldt penguins born at the facility in the last 7 months. With the new arrivals, penguin population in the zoo has jumped to 12. The penguins are procured from aquarium in Seoul. Some news from Kashmir is the number of local terrorists have now reduced. If you take a look at the number of terrorists, number of local terrorists brought down to just 3, 35% of the local terrorists are aged below 20 years. Over 100 modules of hybrid terrorists have been busted. 82 foreign terrorists are active in Jammu and Kashmir as of right now. 160 terrorists are sitting on various launch pads on the other side of the border. Meanwhile, tensions once again rose between Meghalaya and Assam after the firing incident at a village in Meghalaya. Take a look at this ground report.
About 6 people were killed after a firing incident at Mukro village on the Assam-Meghalaya border. It is being reported that one of the Assam police personnel first opened fire at a crowd. Assam CM Himanta Biswa Sarma has ordered a judicial inquiry and has also requested central agencies to probe the matter.
That force has been used a little bit arbitrarily. That should not have happened. So we have ordered a judicial inquiry.
On the other hand, Meghalaya CM Conrad Sangma has also condemned the incident.
State government strongly condemns the incident wherein the Assam police and Assam forest guards entered Meghalaya and resorted to unprovoked firing.
Tension continues to prevail on the Assam-Meghalaya border as the two states are already having a major border dispute. Although this time, both the incident had nothing to do with border dispute.
A unique initiative has been taken by residents of Raj Samadhyalaya village in Rajkot, where voting has been made compulsory. The villagers also decided that a person would be fined 51 rupees if they did not show up on voting day. In this village, no political parties will be allowed to enter and about their respective agenda.
गांव में बहुत पहले से ही ये नियम किसी भी होता है किसी पार्टी यहाँ करने अगर पार्टी वाले कोई करने आएंगे तो उसी को पता है कि नुकसान उसी को होगा। इस पार्टी वाले भी समझते हैं कि ये गांव में है, ये गांव में
Mumbai were excited to see the Airbus Beluga, a whale airplane which landed in the airport on Tuesday. Take a look at this report.
The world's aircraft has landed at the Mumbai airport. People flock to see the plane, which looks like a sea whale. The average length of the carrier is 56 meters and its height is 17 meters. It was also recently seen at modern carrier cargo. It received the official name of Super Transporter early on. However, the name Beluga gained popularity and has since been officially adopted. The aircraft has a carrying capacity of up to 57,000 kilograms. This can run 860 per hour.
Experts say the 11% dip in sales of HP is the reason behind the layoffs. Its decision comes at a time when multiple technology companies around the world have begun mass layoffs to cut costs. Turkey's deadly strike, 70 fighter jets and drones have been used to attack. Turkey claims that 147 kilometers inside northern Iraq is where they're attacking. It also claims that inside northern 89 Kurdish bases were destroyed in the attack. It includes bunkers, tunnels, weapon depots, all of which were targeted. A magnitude 5.9 earthquake hit a town in northwest Turkey early Wednesday, causing damage to some buildings and widespread panic. Around 50 people were injured, mostly while trying to flee homes. Ukrainians could face rolling blackouts because Russian airstrikes have intensified. Attacks also happened to the power grid. To cope with are urging people to stock up supplies and evacuate from hard-hit areas. And because of these blackouts in Ukraine, hospitals in the Kherson region are having a very hard time.
Hospitals in Ukraine's Kherson are working in darkness. The doctors are performing surgery with headlamps. They cannot even use the elevator to patient surgery rooms. Recently, 3 people left injured after Russia's shelling in the city. One of those seriously injured a 13-year-old kid whose hands were severed in the blast. Now the doctors are forced to amputate his hand in darkness. Seated in a dark hallway in the hospital with her daughter, the two console each other waiting for his surgery to end. Russia disconnected the water and power lines when they retreated from Kherson 2 weeks ago. And now, it's a massive task for the doctors to operate in darkness, especially as the attacks are increasing.
Just days after Donald Trump announced his candidature for the US presidency in 2024, Kamala Harris has now said that she will be on the ticket if Joe Biden decides to run in 2024 again.
Well, as the president said, he intends to run, and if he does, I will be running with him. And I have no doubt about the strength of the work that we have done over these past 2 years.
Rescuers are battling dozens of aftershocks in Indonesia's West Java region as the search for survivors reaches its 3rd day now.
The death toll in Indonesian earthquake has risen to 268. The residents are still trying to retrieve their priceless belongings which got buried after the earthquake. On Monday, the buildings crumbled on Indonesia's main Java island after a powerful 5.6 magnitude earthquake.